Hey, welcome back to our weekly Say What series. You know, I was thinking of some kind of crazy things that Jesus says, and Jesus says a lot of crazy things, but one of them is found in Luke chapter 6, verse 30 and 31. Get this, Jesus says, give to everyone who asks. Say what? Like everyone, Jesus? Yeah, everyone who asks. And he goes on, he says, and if someone takes something that belongs to you, don't demand it back. And then he gives the golden rule, which is do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And the whole point of all that Jesus says is this: be generous. Be generous. You know, one of the things that happens when crisis hits and there's unknown and uncertainty, we all kind of go into self-protection mode, right? We want to self-protect. And one of the ways we self-protect is we start hoarding. And in this COVID-19 crisis, we've seen this, and we've even seen the tendency in ourselves, probably you've experienced that too. It's kind of like, I want to get what I can, and I want to keep what I've got, right? We don't want to be generous. And yet Jesus comes along and says, even if you experience loss and someone were to take something from you, be generous. Even when there's crisis and there's a struggle to kind of hold what you have, be generous. You know, I was talking with a friend last week who's a business owner, and like pretty much every business owner in the world, his business has kind of just begun to tank. And as we were chatting, he started brainstorming of new and creative ways to be generous. And I was kind of like, say what? I mean, with the economy the way it is, with the way your business is, you want to think of new ways, creative ways to be generous? Why would you even do that? Here's why we're generous. You know, as followers of Jesus, we give because God gave. God gave us his son. He was generous. God experienced loss for our own good, for our benefit. And so Jesus comes along and says, be generous, give, because God gave. So what about you? What about you? Maybe, you know, you have a job and you have an ability to give right now financially to others who are less fortunate than you financially. Why not practice generosity as God has been generous to you? Maybe you're thinking, I don't even know where to start with giving because I've lost my job. I have nothing. Why would I give? Well, what about your time? Maybe you have time on your hands. Maybe you have a gift or a talent that you can share with others and serve others during this time. You know, we give because God gave. It's kind of crazy to think to give during a crisis or a pandemic that we're in, but now is a perfect time to practice generosity. So why don't you have some fun this week and think, maybe you can give the way God in heaven gave, maybe even the way your Heavenly Father has given to you. We'll see you